What is up, everybody? My name is Kai. Welcome back to All Heart No Skill. We are doing something very weird and different today. Based on the screen, you can probably tell we're doing something with Total Drama Island. I'm a huge fan of this show. I've seen the first 3 seasons at least 10 times. Seasons 4 and 5 twice, I think. And then I've seen 7 and 8. No, 6 and 7 once each. But I'm doing a rewatch of all of them. And upon watching Total Drama Island again, I realized that I didn't fully agree with the elimination order. Now, I actually think for this first season, they actually did a lot of it really well. But I also think there's a lot of issues with it, and I'm actually going to be giving my elimination order because why the hell not? So this is going to be my elimination order for Total Drama Island. Now, with this, there's going to be some similarities. Also, Mr. Coconut is not going to be a part of this. I am very sorry. So I have a list here on my phone of who got eliminated in the original order. I also have them lined up here on screen in the order they originally got eliminated. And we'll be going off of that. So, first episode, no one got eliminated, but the second episode was just a part 2 of that, and Ezekiel got eliminated. Now, in this case, I very much agree, because the big problem with Ezekiel was he was originally very clearly made to be a introduce and then get rid of, because there wasn't much to him other than problem after problem after problem. It was that he was weird, that he was just saying stupid stuff, he was picking his nose, he wasn't much help, and then he was sexist. So with all that, booting him the first episode, good idea. Now, second episode was the Awake-a-thon. Now in this episode, Eva got eliminated. I disagree with this. I kind of like how they went about it in the show with Heather finding her music player and then taking it, which pissed off Eva. But something that happens in the next episode is really what makes me think that it wasn't a good idea, and that everyone knew it wasn't a good idea, was people start to be like, oh shit, we should not have eliminated her. In the very next episode, they're like, yeah, she was psycho, but at least she was, like, at least she was athletic and all that. So I don't think we should have eliminated Eva there. Who I think should have been eliminated is Sadie. So the Katie and Sadie thing, obviously at some point they were both going to have to be split up. And with Katie and Sadie, clearly they wanted to do some growth with one of the characters, but it wasn't done well at all. Katie got eliminated a few episodes later, and then Sadie had this whole mental breakdown, and then all of a sudden she was fine later that same episode. So I'm thinking we get rid of Sadie, and then we replace her growth with Katie, and we started a bit earlier. So that's how that's going to go. And then we have Dodgeball. In this episode, Noah got eliminated. I completely disagree with this. I don't know. I found it weird that someone who was adamant about wanting to win and as intelligent as he is, not only didn't participate, but couldn't understand why people were irritated with him for not participating. I think it was very poor writing and characterization. Obviously, it's their character. They can do what they want. But I just think it wasn't done very well. So I don't think we eliminate him yet. I actually think we eliminate Justin. Justin, again, in the show, was kind of just there for looks. He had, like, a total of, like, 5-6 lines in, like, the 4 episodes he was in. So, dump him. He's going to be coming back next season, and he's, like, one of the main villains of the next season. So, he gets more next season. Alright, so next episode, anyway, is the talent show. So, when it comes to the talent show, sadly, because everyone else is kind of important for right now, except for one person, I probably should have said this in the beginning of the video, I'm keeping the team loss order, and I sadly Noah has to go next. He only stayed an extra episode, but I feel like he would be the most useless here. Especially because the Screaming Gopher's lost. And so, of all the team members that could go, he is probably the most useless here, and so I feel like he would definitely get voted off, which sucks because I kind of wanted to save him for a bit later, but it just made the most sense here. So the next episode is The Sucky Outdoors. This is the one where they had to go out into the woods and try and live. And then Katie and Sadie in this episode got separated, and this is the episode where Katie originally got eliminated. And yeah, we keeping that. We've already had that bit of growth, hopefully better than Sadie's with Katie at this point. But you know, still we want to have that her being reunited with Sadie. We don't keep them around as long because, being real, people don't really seem to like them. So we do that though. She gets eliminated, and we keep a lot of the more fan favorite characters without having to dump any of them too early. So the next one is Phobia Factor, which I believe is a pun on Fear Factor. So in this one, Tyler got eliminated, and I have to agree. He has not been useful since the beginning. The only thing that I think was keeping him was his very occasional bits of usefulness. Sorry, my phone just randomly scrolled up a bunch. So like he jumped off the cliff. He randomly eliminated Lindsay in the dodgeball game while like failing at the same time. Like he was hitting everyone else besides the opponent. And then in Phobia Factor, he just kind of sat next to chickens. So, like, he gets booted. He's in 17th. He did better than these guys. So, that's whatever. The next episode is Up the Creek. So, Izzy gets eliminated in this episode. And something that I'm not doing is I'm not having anyone who gets eliminated return. And I gotta say, Izzy going here is fine. I think the reason they brought her back was because, one, they wanted the show to run a little bit longer. They could have done that anyway without Izzy. And also because I think they wanted to do a little bit more building with her and Owen, which I don't think was fully necessary, because we had that with characters like, I can't think of the name, Tyler and Lindsay. There wasn't much build before he got eliminated. Yes, there was bits of them together, but they weren't on very many episodes together, so I think we could have a bit more build in the Owen and Izzy part with the episodes that they are on together without having to bring her back. Plus, there's more build up over the next couple seasons. So, we have that. And then, the next episode is the Paintball Deer Hunt. Now, this episode kind of pisses me off, because the episode Cody gets eliminated, and it just doesn't make sense. Cody has been very useful up to this point. He jumped off the cliff. He was very useful in dodgeball. He stayed up a decent amount of time in the Awake-a-thon. Everything he's done has been done pretty well. But the problem is that they just randomly are like, yeah, he's not really useful, so we're gonna boot him. Which just isn't the case. So I think we boot Beth. She's gone in the next episode anyway. So I feel like having her get eliminated here will really help with kind of pushing the Heather, like, pushing the narrative of Heather is really evil and does not care for Beth or Lindsay at all. It's at this point in the show, it's very well shown that she doesn't really think of them as friends, but you gotta think, does she care about them? And so I think at this point, it is a good idea to show right here, the second Beth doesn't do exactly what she wants, dump her, get her off the show. So I think that'll be really good. The next episode is the episode Beth gets eliminated, which is If You Can't Take the Heat, which is the cooking episode. So I'm going to do a very controversial thing here and say Lindsay goes next. We cut off that alliance quick because I feel like it kind of doesn't do much of anything later on. Pretty much all the things that happen between Heather and Lindsay is not great. I feel like throughout all of this, right here, before Beth gets eliminated, we start having that build-up of Beth and Lindsay starting to realize maybe we shouldn't be with her, and then Beth gets eliminated, and then Lindsay kind of does the same thing in this episode where she chucks her Heather's makeup bag into the freezer. And so I think we do something very similar to that with Beth, how we have Lindsay kind of betray her, and then Heather finds a way to get Lindsay eliminated. I would say we eliminate Heather because it makes the most logical sense, but the problem with that is Heather is very clearly the main villain of this, and you want them to stick around for a decent amount of time. They don't always have to make it to the end, but stick around for a while, so we can't get rid of Heather yet, so we have to dump Lindsay. So the next episode is Who Can You Trust? This is with all like the trust things, like where you're blindfolded and trying to do something. So in this episode, originally Sadie got eliminated. I say that we eliminate Bridget for no reason other than she doesn't really do much. And I think that this would kind of give reason for Jeff to start like kind of fading out a little bit and why he gets eliminated later on. But we can start that now. We don't have it be like this massive thing, but it can start to like kind of chip away at things. So we eliminate Bridget, but she still makes it decently far. Next episode is Basic Straining. So this is the episode where Chef Hatchet takes over and they're doing all like the military training. This episode originally, Courtney gets eliminated through intervention of Harold, and I actually really like that. So Courtney is in 12th. Nothing more really to say about that because it's what the show did. And then the next episode is the Extreme Torture. This is with all the extreme sports. Harold got eliminated here, and again, I have to agree. He wasn't he's slowly been losing his worth, been messing up more, and then he had the whole thing with Courtney, like getting her eliminated. So I honestly think it was a really good play here to vote him off the show. So now we're at the merge. So we have for the girls team Eva, Lashana, Heather, Gwen, and for the guys team Owen, Duncan, Jeff, DJ, Trent, and Cody. Now clearly the guys have a huge advantage here, which is not going to be long. But I honestly think that this would play a decent showing into showing specifically how good Eva and Lashana are at this game, because they could beat out two of the guys on the other team. I believe that's how I have it lined up. I don't remember fully. So we have the merge, and in this next episode, Trent is out of here. We don't need the whole Lindsay setup for Heather to manipulate Trent into doing something like kissing her to get him voted off. So, goodbye Trent. We do that now without the help of Lindsay because, like I said, it isn't necessary. So, the next episode, usually the next episode, this is where Trent would have been eliminated. Last episode, Eva would have come back, and Eva would have gotten eliminated there. But here, we eliminate Cody, because it was like all the, it was the Triple Dog Dare You one, and I do not think Cody would last, and I feel like people would realize, yeah, we should probably vote him off. Alright, so next up, would be, Hide and Be Sneaky. Okay, so in Hide and Be Sneaky, this is the one where Chef Hatchet is like searching around for everybody with a water gun. Originally, this is where Bridget gets eliminated, but for me, I say we eliminate DJ here. Don't give him the embarrassment of getting eliminated in the serial killer episode. That was just not great for him. So get him out of there now. Especially because he did get caught kind of through stupidity. Him and Owen. And Owen is a bit more useful to people, I believe. So he would last a bit longer. So next up usually would be Lindsay. I say this is where we dump Jeff. As you see, as we're getting later, things are kind of lining up a bit more, other than Eva, with how things would usually go. Oh, whoa. I just realized I missed an episode. My bad. So move these two up one, and then Eva goes right there. That was a mistake on my part. My bad. So we're in. So we have 5th, 4th, 3rd, and then the finalists. I mean, meant to put an S there earlier. So with that, I say we dump Lashana next. Except we don't do it the way that they did it in the show, which is have everyone be stupid and say her name a million times and she gets voted off. And the final ones is the exact same as things would normally go. We eliminate Duncan. Heather gets eliminated via BS rules, with our finalists being Owen and Gwen. Excuse me, with the official winner in Canada being Owen and the alternate winner being Gwen. Because I do think that Owen winning fits the original show a bit more than Gwen winning. So yeah, the new order for how I think it should have gone is Ezekiel, Sadie, Justin, Noah, Katie, Tyler, Izzy, Beth, Lindsay, Bridget, Courtney, Harold, Trent, Cody, Eva, DJ, Jeff, Lashana, Duncan, Heather, and then with our finalists being Owen and Gwen. I have another project with this show planned, so let me know if you like this and if I should do more stuff like this in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.